back, Dota fans. An event 2 years in the making again, Trent. Normally that's not the case, but TI is here. It's happening. It's live. How you feeling?
That's a very long welcome back. They waited a while. Yeah, that was,
I hope they weren't
this was
holding their
not like,
breath.
to be continued. It was like the worst cliffhanger ever.
I know.
But finally, we are here, and yeah, we're here. Lovely Romania, guys. The stadium is beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Obviously, we're very sorry that you
It's
can't join us
heartbreaking.
here. It pains us to walk out there and see how incredible it is. But thankfully, our players are here, and the day's just getting started. The group stage is just getting started.
Yeah.
This is where it all counts. It all comes down to this
Absolutely.
every year or every 2 years in this case.
True. And, I know that everybody's excited to probably go and checking out that mainstream, but this is where the action's really going to happen. We got a grudge match, if ever there was one, to start it all off. Alliance facing off against OG. All 10 players are already in the lobby. We're just waiting for this match to get started right at that 10 o'clock mark local time. And at least for myself, I think that this is sort of like I'm very excited for what's going on in the mainstream because you're going to be able to take a lot of looks around. But the other benefit is that if there is a match like this that you're really interested in, invested as a viewer, you can just pop on over to any one of these streams where there are 4 of them going on continuously. And there's going to be some good Dota to be had. So
The best Dota.
The best.
Yes, that's
best,
what
the
we're here
best.
for too. And thankfully, the best Dota for the first series is right here.
That's true. Dude, we got so lucky.
We really did. I looked at that schedule, was like, oh yeah, let's go. This is the one with the coaching kerfuffle, the social media shenanigans. You've all seen it. You're all pretty aware of these two teams, and that this makes the best matchups, right?
Right. And
Rivalry.
Well, and not only that, but it's like, there's sort of this storyline of them playing against each other continuously in the DPC throughout the entire year and a half, year and two. Has it been 2 years?
It's been a while, bud.
It's been a really long time.
But I had another child. let's just say, all right, since I last went to a Dota event, I have a child that walks and talks. All right, so that was a bit of a long wait, guys.
Exactly.
Okay.
I can't wait. It's going to be so sick. But I think that that's something else to sort of think about, right? Is that there's like this history that's built up and this sort of experience that we've seen of Alliance dominating an online play.
Yes.
And then the question is, okay, we said that the teams are here. Technically, they're not in the stadium. They're back in the hotel room. So it's sort of similar to that.
And they got a little upset, of course, with some of the criticisms towards their team and everything, and so they came in with, they've thrown down the gauntlet here. I don't know if you guys are aware. They are the only team at the International without a coach.
Ooh.
This is like the ultimate pride move. I love this.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
If it works.
So here's the thing, right? Like I oftentimes talked about Quincy Crew as the team that like has a chip on their shoulder a little bit and wanting to do stuff. Alliance is like a tostada on the shoulder. It's a big chip. They're ready to go. But then on top of that, like it's just this story of this team that at least for myself, when I first saw the roster, I was not a believer. I didn't, but they kind of proved me wrong throughout all of this period of time since they've been brought over as a squad. So I'm really stoked about that, and I think that this is going to be a great match to start off. Again, as I'm sure all of you out there are aware, it is going to be best of 2s throughout the entire time, so there won't be that like key deciding game if it goes 1-1. Personally, I hope it goes 1-1. I think that that'd be a really cool storyline.
No, give me winners. Give me losers.
You want that?
No ties. That's not how we do things, all right?
See, this is a personality difference between us.
No. I would just be upset. I know if I was playing and we got 1-1 and we just have to go somewhere else, like, no. I'm not okay with that.
And you know that both teams would be like, God, we should have owned those.
Oh, we would have won Game 3.
We
definitely would have won Game 3. Yeah.
There's no question that that's the mentality.
Unanswered questions at the end of these best of 2s. But it does make the best group stage, so
True.
I will allow it.
And it's going to be a lot of games. That's the other thing to keep in mind. We've got 5 best of 2s throughout the entire course of it, starting at the 10 a.m. mark right around now, which should hopefully be starting in just a moment here, and then going on for a long time. And there's going to be matches that are going kind of constantly throughout. So, keeping up that sort of stamina as a team is going to be really important. We were talking with Insania this morning, and he was sort of mentioning that, like, we were mentioning because you and I are in the first and the last series of the day, but also the players, like from a player mentality, you need to be able to keep up that stamina. So we'll have to see how they deal later on today with the sort of struggles, because I think that this group plays 3 in a row, or 3 games today continuously. So something to keep in mind.
And, of course, with that happening, like, you're playing a lot of games. Everyone is playing a lot of games. And so one thing that often happens at every TI is there's essentially one massive room of fiending.
Right.
All right. So you have, like, all these screens, and any team that's not playing at the moment, or even if they are playing at the moment, maybe their coaches are there, their analysts are there, and there's all these screens, and everyone's watching. Everyone's like moving from screen to screen, trying to see like, what's happening over here. Like, what are these guys picking? He's like, is Tiny actually good? Is it really broken? Are we banning Tiny? Are we picking Tiny?
Right. That's
Who are
where
we
the meta's
banning?
made.
Is it Monkey King or Tiny? And this is what ruins your predictions.
Yes.
But that's where everything gets decided. So there's not really much of a fiending room, of course, this year due to all the protocols and everything. So that's why it's really important to have this coach or this analyst on your team, because you need someone who's watching these other games and trying to feed you little tidbits.
Yes.
You know, there's just so much information. It's a massive overload. Much like when you're playing Dota, to try and compete in a big group stage like this, it's all about like how you handle all that information and where you make the best decisions.
Right. And I think that there's this like thought process that a lot of fans have when they're watching these games, that like all these teams are omnipotent and know exactly what's the best and the other stuff. Like these couple of days here are where the meta is made and where the sort of continuation of the rest of TI comes out. And of course, there's going to be some pocket picks. There's going to be some of those key heroes that are maybe saved and things that teams have been working on and hiding under the S word. We'll just say I'm not going to say it out loud. There's no smurfing that happens in Dota, definitely not. But as a player,
unless
like,
they call us in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then we're
bringing the real talent, obviously.
But yeah, like who knows? Maybe they come out with something on the first pick here and nobody ends up seeing it. I've seen a couple broods, but I think that hero's like mega dead. But if there was ever a time to sneak one out,
there's always expectations for heroes coming to TI. Of course, I know a lot of us like to fiend the pubs before TI starts. It makes the best pubs of the year, right? You have all the players in a single region. There's lots of spicy matchups happening. Someone gets mad at someone for taking their role. Great stuff. We got some big heroes coming out here, and of course, I'm sure a lot of you have made your predictions. I hope that you got them in there in time. If you didn't, maybe there's still time.
Is there still time?
I don't think there is.
Let me check.
Why don't you check? Let's see here. Your fantasy draft, did it say it's locked yet? If you can't tell, guys, we are waiting for the lobby. We're not actually holding up the game just to talk to you guys about fantasy. Would be worth it, though.
I actually can't tell.
I hope yours is set there, bud.
I hope that that we're in the lobby.
Either way, make sure you set them every day to get your chests. Also, you get chests for watching for 1 hour. But anyway, back to the meta. Important things.
Right.
So you have your hero expectations, right? We've all made our predictions based off of this. We've had the Monkey Kings, the Tinies. Pango's still up there. A little bit of Bane. You got any heroes you're liking a lot right now?
I mean, I think those are the main ones. Monkey King to me feels very cool, and I think that there's some like teams that are going to be more willing to do it and like flex it between those couple of different roles.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, I secretly think that Night Stalker is still very good. I feel like that's a hero that kind of like the stocks went really high and then they just started and it's like now kind of going under the radar a little bit. Like there might be people that are like not fully, particularly if you're sort of watching from afar, not fully up to date on.
That's how I feel about Chen
stuff.
I think everyone stopped playing Chen intentionally.
Yeah.
I think they didn't want the nerf bat to come out. They're just like, we'll wait till TI.
Exactly.
We'll bring the Chen back out.
That's the time.
We'll see. This could be the matchup for it, I suppose. But yeah, I remember there was a conversation between Gunnar and Febby at TI 9 where they discussed how the meta evolves during TI. And essentially, before TI, we have these ideas that we're discussing now about what heroes are good based off of pubs. Now, for the past week, sure, they've been playing pubs, but they've also been scrimming a bunch, all these teams. And so within the first like day or two, you get this idea of just like, oh, so I guess this is the meta now, right? The group stage starts. Now we have an established meta. Then the group stage ends. We have the break day. That first day of playoffs is the new meta. Suddenly things change, right? And then the meta doesn't shift again until the actual grand finals.
Right.
And that's where you get your full, like, these are the two teams. These are the heroes they like. And they're going to develop their own meta based off of these picks and bans and, like, what you're comfortable playing against the important and established tools that opponent has.
It reminds me a lot. I think we've talked about this a couple of times, like the TI8 meta that existed, and I think about that one a lot. Where like people, there was a sort of the question of like Venge and Earthshaker, and in our heads we had sort of said that like we feel like Earthshaker's eventually going to be really good. And what we saw in the group stage was that Venge got picked over and over and over and over and over again, and it really fell off by the time we got to the main event. And so it ended up being that Venge was the most picked hero of that entire tournament, but then it wasn't picked like almost at all in the main event. It was like much more Earthshaker that got picked a lot through then, which is so interesting, right? Like just the developing of what people think is good versus what actually ends up being the strongest stuff. And sometimes it might even be a situation where like the strongest thing doesn't even end up getting picked at TI. It's like afterwards we're like, oh wait, this other hero was actually crazy strong. We didn't even get a chance to try it out. And then that hero dominates the next major or something.
There are always hidden heroes, and I mean we're hoping to find one at TI. That's ideal, not after, right? Io has snuck in as a hidden hero, of course, most notably last year, right? No one was really on the Io that much. I mean, sure, there's some discussions, and it's like, oh, core Io. All right, that's just where we're at. And, speaking of Io, okay, I guess, this is getting delayed a little bit, so we'll have to start getting a little bit sneaky here, guys.
Now, here's the question. Can you reveal the things that you want to talk about? Is that allowed? Do you know
No,
information?
I don't. What?
No? Do you know any
No,
privilege?
nothing privileged. No privilege.
All right.
This is public. Seb has been spamming Io.
Oh, okay.
Like 12 games.
Get him, everybody. Go.
Off lane Io. So, we might be getting a little bit of that. I could see that being a first phase ban here, just because,
that's a question. Is that the fake out, right?
Dude, that's so worth, though. Because, they're just going to play in support anyway. I don't want to deal with that through the whole drafting phase of just like, oh, where's this Io going? Because, yeah, it could be a massive bait. And well done if it is, Seb.
To me, that feels like it's a massive bait because he's playing it on his main account now.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, but is it?
Have you seen mech? It is very cheap, guys. Back in my day, playing a support, you couldn't buy a mech unless you had 800 mana.
Right, it's
now,
so much
now
mana.
It's 125. No stats though.
275 mana or
I
something
don't know.
like
It was
that.
a lot of mana. It was over. It was 250 plus. It was brutal, and it was expensive.
Yeah.
Now it's dirt cheap. It's 1,800 something gold.
And you get different things from it, obviously, but it's still a situation where that item can make all the difference in the world. It's like Dawnbreaker, right? You sort of have this situation where.
God, I forgot about that hero.
I
totally forgot that hero actually exists in this. All right, cool.
It's one of those things where you see that hero picked up. I mean, I think the reason that we're forgetting about it is because we're assuming it's going to be banned every game, right? You don't think so?
I'm a meh. I'll let her prove herself.
Okay.
I'm not a believer.
I don't know. There's.
I agree she's annoying, but I don't know if she's major ban material quite yet.
Listen,
she needs to flex her stuff a little bit.
Out, she tosses that thing, and you just die no matter where you are. It feels like. Oh, God, that hero is so annoying to play against. But I think that it also, part of the thing that fits with it really well is that you're talking about that mech, right? You think about rushing that mech on a Dawnbreaker, you get that pretty early on. Suddenly, the ulti comes in, you pop down there on the ground.
Wait, so let me just,
okay.
And this would be an off lane? Is that what I'm saying?
No, more position like a support. Why not?
So but just to be clear, it would be like buying a mech, and it would be globally moving with a heal.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. I think I understand.
So why wouldn't I just be Io?
Because she can kill people too. Io just is a little ball following people around. She's the one that makes the plays happen. Now here's a question: Dawnbreaker and Io.
Whoa, that's a lot of heals, and it's AOE heals, so it would get doubled up on the if someone's tethered. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
some sauce, and you'd be a big global relocate too.
Exactly.
Wow.
Although,
look at this, guys. Yeah, you can't do the preemptive.
You would have no stuns, though. That's stuns don't win Dota.
I mean, that totally works for Nigma, right?
Yeah.
No,
God. Too soon.
Okay. Well.
Ooh, right,
they're the easy one with the no stuns. Sorry, Curl. My bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we're still...
You're going to get
destroyed.
You're going to get blasted.
No one's... We're all just waiting, aren't we? Is that what we're going for here?
That's fair enough. Oh, God. I can't wait, though.
It's, I mean, we talked about it's been 2 years here, guys. We're relaxing now. This is where you know the delay's coming in. When you ask time and there's no answer,
yes,
that's when you know things are settling in. So stay a while for a session here, guys. It has been 2 years since TI.
Yes.
And do you guys remember what Dota was like then? Do you know neutral items didn't even exist at TI? I was rewatching the replays, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is a completely different game. There were shrines.
Yeah.
Shrines.
Wait,
shrines.
Really? Wait, really?
Yes, in the jungle. There were shrines. We still had shrines at TI, guys. We were doing the, hit the showers. Yeah. Value shrines.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That one's crazy. Because to me, that feels like it's eras of Dota. So we haven't had even the outpost things.
No. No neutral items. No outposts.
And so that also means
think about all the changes to neutral items that have happened just in their existence, and they weren't even at TI.
And so Void Spirit, and then was it Snapfire the other one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Void Spirit, Snapfire, and Dawnbreaker.
Yep.
Are all the new kids on the block. Yeah, I mean that's going to be interesting. I think that when you look at heroes that sort of define things, Dawnbreaker to me of those three feels like it's the most game changing of them. Because Void Spirit, you kind of already did it with Storm and Ember, right?
I'm not on this line
of thinking. Okay, all right. Hear me out. This is the idea.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Are you saying that she's very different compared to the other two?
There's very few other heroes that are like Dawnbreaker. Like,
Okay, but there's literally only like 3 other spirits.
yes, but they existed, and that was like a position that existed within Dota of like
Okay,
the
all right.
hero that goes in and like makes a little bit of chaos, and like Puck sort of fills that role as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's an archetype of a hero. And Dawnbreaker, I guess the only other
Okay,
one
all
is
right.
Io, actually.
Yeah, she's very similar to Io.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
that's kind of cool. But then like a more aggressive version of that hero, and then Snapfire is sort of weird. I don't really know if there's another one like
She didn't get
that.
her chance. She got owned because TI got so
Yeah,
delayed. You know, she
that's true.
had some sauce. She's lost a lot of the sauce now.
Now here's the thing.
Hmm.
What about Snapfire either off lane or mid?
We don't need the theory crafting right now,
Oh,
Gabe.
it's gonna be so good though. I know that's gonna get played at some point in time.
Some teams still like it. Some teams that aren't at DPC like it, but some that are at TI but weren't DPC liked it. Some teams here like it. Beast Coast, they often play it mid. They love it because they used to pick Hector, any sort of a stun in the safe lane, and then Snap would just TP and just kill whoever it was off the stun.
I like it a lot with Clockwork too. I wouldn't
Mhm.
be surprised if we see that out of like Secret, for instance.
Yeah, okay.
I could see that happen. Like I mean, I guess it would probably need to be like either a Zai Clock or Snap, but he could probably play it either way.
Jeez, I'm going to get out my bag of props pretty soon here, guys.
I know we're
I have a
chilling.
chest of just all kinds of. Okay. Turns out there wasn't enough room in my suitcase. I'm sorry. I don't have like big foam fingers or anything to rock out here. That would have been good though.
Yeah,
Did not
another
come
one of your
prepared.
jerseys again potentially.
Yeah, that went over so well last time.
Can I tell you another quick story since, again, we're waiting to fill a little bit of time, figure out what's going on with the players and making sure that they're all good to go. But at TI8, for anybody that doesn't know, our wonderful man, Mr. Trent here,
Hey.
what was even the name of the stadium that y'all were in? Where we were in?
Rogers Arena.
Okay, and
It's
who's
in
the
Vancouver.
I don't know anything about hockey. Who's the team that plays there?
Well, the
It's
Canucks.
not the Leafs.
It's definitely not the Leafs.
Okay, so he wore a Leafs jersey.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand.
No, you knew that. He was excited. He was like, "Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I didn't.
They like that."
I didn't understand the cultural like connotations that come with that. So we go up out onto the stadium, into the ground floor, and I think we're up there with like March.
It was March and Chobra.
March and Chobra.
Mm.
Camera turns on, and suddenly I hear this sound. There's 25,000 people just booing. Boo. Now, when 25,000 people boo it as you show up on camera, the thought isn't like, oh, they're booing at him. It's, oh, they're booing at you. I did something wrong. I offended Canada.
Yeah, see, I'm used to being just booed constantly, so it just it wasn't even
you
phased.
knew what you were doing. You didn't prepare me for it. That was crazy. God. And then, of course, the other big thing that ended up happening that one was, just in general, that whole experience every time afterwards that you came on camera. I feel like I heard one or two.
Oh yeah, no, they were good boos. It was worthwhile. Yeah.
But yeah, still waiting. It does look like, again, all 10 players in the lobby, just trying to sort out their issues, and hopefully we'll be able to get this game underway in just a couple of moments here. I know that we will.
It has to. I mean, honestly, we waited 2 years, guys. What's another like 20, 50 minutes?
It's true.
I just want to hang out here. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, Suns fan and Cinder on another one. They have a podcast. They probably just started another episode. You guys might be missing
That's
a We
true.
Say Things right now.
I think that you should stay on this broadcast, though.
Oh wait, you don't want me to send away the viewers?
Get out of there.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this.
They're not even on right now. Don't look away. Don't check those ones out.
Some people probably just have it muted because they're just waiting for the actual game to start. And so me just doing a bunch of hand motions is probably very confusing if anyone's just muted our tab.
Yeah, well, they're probably not watching. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the other thing to me about this matchup that I sort of I'll go down this analogy route yet
Okay,
again.
we're going back to the Dota now.
We're gonna go back.
This
to
is
the Dota.
dangerous. What if we still have another 40 minutes?
So well,
Good. There's our names. Just so you know who to report. Just throw those up there. Yep, that's perfect.
So the other thing that sort of stands out to me about this Alliance roster, and this was something that I alluded to earlier. If anybody out there has seen the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, it's from 2000. And the idea behind it is that you have the NFL that goes on strike. in the United States. Okay.
They made a movie about this.
They
Jeez, they're really
it's a-
digging
so
for
it's
content. Now imagine a bunch of millionaires no longer want to play sports
that's
for money.
That's the point of the entire
In
movie.
a world.
Exactly. And so what ends up happening is that Keanu Reeves comes in and they're going to field a new roster from all replacement players, and they're the scrappy underdogs that come in. And
Wait, but are they just playing other scrappy underdogs?
no, they're playing the main team. So it's
Oh, so it's
only
like one team
it's
goes on
one
strike.
team that goes on strike.
Sounds like a terrible plotline.
Listen, that
why
Keanu-
is one team going on strike?
don't analyze it too much, but
Okay.
it had Keanu Reeves in it. Okay, that's
Fair.
the important part.
Yeah, that's fine.
The
We like him.
cyberpunk man, right?
Mhm.
Exactly. So he
Don't label him as that.
I know he's
He's
better
the
than
Point
that.
Break guy.
That's true.
There, boom. Now it's something we can agree on here.
What's Johnny what? Johnny Idaho? Johnny
I don't know.
Iowa?
Silverhand is the cyberpunk one. I
Oh,
thought that's
okay.
what you're going for.
No, the character from
I
Point Break.
can't remember.
His name is Johnny something. Go check that
You
movie
think
out.
I
It's
would
really
know
good.
because I saw it like 80 million times growing up on one of those channels.
Yeah.
It was just one of those constant.
Oh,
rewatch
that
ones.
movie is
Yeah.
so good. Anyways, it's
See,
probably
see how
actually.
he tried to get back to Dota?
I'm
Don't worry,
trying
guys,
to.
I
Here it
got
is.
you.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
So the
Drive the
idea
bus.
again with
Mhm.
this this analogy, right, is that you've got this roster that needs to.
And suddenly you've missed out on half the meta and you don't know what's happening.
I think that's too many cooks in the kitchen. I like
think so?
the,
You
I
think
like
so?
how everyone
How old some of these players are, you know? Like Nico Baby, he was sort of like that tier 2 player for a really long time. He had to travel all around, go to Southeast Asia,
Yep.
playing with them, and then I think
Then he
he's-
looked sick. And everyone's like,
Exactly.
oh, damn. All right, we want this guy.
and so many people were writing him off. Like at TI8, I feel like I heard so many people that were like, "Oh, that guy's terrible. That guy's bad." This was before he started playing.
Yeah.
And then he came in and dominated. And that's really what it is it's like these people that people have written off. You know, how many times has Limp just failed because of Kyle? Think about that, right?
True.
Like that's the other thing.
That's fair.
Limp and Handskin, they come back in now and they're making this team in like the twilight of their careers, trying to make a run at TI, all held together by S4. S4 is Keanu Reeves.
I think
That's what I'm trying
I
to say.
think we just bingoed. Like if we had a bingo card of like talent filling time, so far we've hit like irrelevant movies. You know, we talked about the
Okay.
good old days, about
Yeah.
old patches.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. We made fun of Kyle.
Yes.
We have the free space where the coordinator went down for a second. So that one's good. And I'm not sure what our fifth bingo was. Probably just, awkward. Haha, fill time.
That's great.
That's a fair bingo.
Or
All
is
right,
it 5 for
congratulations.
bingo?
Yeah.
Okay.
bingo. Oh my god, dude. Can you are you okay?
I actually like bingo a lot. Too.
Okay, so here, your scrappy underdogs.
Yeah.
That was OG.
It was.
That was just I mean they were literally the replacements. So your analogy is you should have used that for them.
Well, but I feel like this OG is a different version of that.
Okay, yeah, but TI. Okay, fair enough. So now Alliance is the new replacements, but TI8 OG was the original replacements. So they're just a
Exactly.
rerun.
Yeah, they're a rerun. Well, now they've become like they've sort of turned heel a little bit throughout this past
That's true,
year
actually.
a little bit.
Yeah, they really weren't. They were just scrappy underdogs. Like, oh, that's so nice, they won. No one thought they'd win, and then TI.
It's just what happens
they
when
did
you
it again.
become a winning team, right? Like naturally, there's going
Well,
to sort of attract.
They help
that thing.
themselves a little
They-
bit.
no, you're not wrong there.
They
Absolutely.
took some steps to ensure the image was there. They did the heel turn themselves.
That's a fair point. I would not disagree with that. I mean, the other here, I didn't even talk about him yet, but FNG as well. Like another one of those
that's an old guy.
left his own region. I feel like this is one of the older teams that we've got at TI, if I remember that correctly. I feel like
You don't like think of them as being old, but yeah, that's pretty true actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, Nico Baby is somebody that I think a lot of people think of as like an older person or as a young gun, like a new face on the roster. But really, he's been around for a very long time, so it changes up in that regards. So,
Man, we were just making fun of Kyle, and he walked in.
yeah, how's it going, Kyle?
That's
What's happening,
that's
man?
pretty convenient.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, they can't see him though.
No, I know it's nice
It's for
though.
their benefit.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He wants to yell at us. What's that, Kyle? You want to watch the game? Yeah, the game's not actually started yet, so I'm gonna go back talking to the stream. Is that cool with you? Is that all right with you, Kyle? Is that cool? Thanks, bud. All right, we have more questions. All right, thank you, Kyle. It's so nice here.
That's so good.
Do you guys have a podcast title that we could use? You got any leftover ones or something? I think so.
Yeah,
It's been,
pretty
I don't know
much.
how long it's been, but we've just been podcasting here for quite a while. What time is it? 10, 20. We've been podcasting for 22 minutes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, they're podcasting on the mainstream too. All right, cool. Wow, you guys are already at 1/3 of the way to your free chests.
Yeah.
Because after 1 hour. Oh, 5 podcasts? Oh, shit. I bet Suns fan and Cinder are winning.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Ah, darn. Yeah, I
right.
go to that podcast too. Bye, guys. Thank you. Not you. You guys stay.
Exactly. Don't go anywhere.
Kyle can leave.
Now listen, if they do
You're
want to
trapped
hear
here
from
with
them
us.
again, they can go over to stream C, and they're about to hear from Kyle and Cap.
Well, not right now, though.
Well, probably.
Wait, so why aren't they casting right now? How come they're not podcasting?
Because they're on like the 3rd series or something.
Oh, okay.
the
That's what I
second
thought
and
you were
third
saying.
series.
All right,
no,
I
no,
got
no,
you.
no.
Yeah.
No, I meant that they're going to go over there and interrupt them like they interrupted us.
Oh, yes. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well said. Yes, they'll probably go interrupt stream C.
Perfect.
Great.
Well, again, back to the, the replacements. The best thing about that.
So where were we?
The best thing about that movie was that they had what's that song? At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
Yeah.
Kept thinking I could. That song's in it, and it's really. I can't sing any more than
Yeah,
that.
you better stop. That's me at DMCA. You're so.
I'm very in
accurate.
tune.
Yeah.
I will say that that's one of my favorite things of all time is karaoke. I love going karaoke,
Mm.
but I can never do it at events because if I go out singing doing karaoke, like, first of all, it's COVID, so that's just not great.
No karaoke right now, guys.
But the second part is that if you do end up doing that, you're gonna throw out your voice after a little bit, so that's no good at all. So it does look like, again, waiting on the time for everything to get going. Is there any chance that we could go to a quick break? Our wonderful producer. I think that he's talking to somebody right now, so he can't hear me.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Why are you going to leave the people?
Well, the only reason is because they're telling me that we need makeup touch-ups, potentially.
That's a strong word.
Get out of here. What's wrong with you, man? All right, no, they're leaving. We don't need them. We look beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. I don't want to ditch these people. They're here waiting for the game. We will wait with them. We're
That's
not going to take a break and go hide
Well, no. We
and
wouldn't go
cower
hide.
away when there is a production snafu.
Yeah.
We are here.
I meant that like, if they wanted to touch up my
I
makeup
know
or
what you said.
something.
No. You look great.
Thank you.
You don't need a
Appreciate
touch
that.
up. He's fine.
I do
Everyone
look
tell him
great.
he's fine. Just little claps.
Yeah, you can hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or
Perfect.
or Trent. Could tell
Yeah,
him it
that'd be
looks
good.
great as well.
Get some follow numbers so we can get some sponsor stuff. That'd be great.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so good. This is the sellout.
This is what you do at TI, right? You just endlessly shill. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Why
Just making
not?
sure.
I think that the other thing that's really interesting about sort of this whole process here, right, is wondering what's going on in the players' rooms. You know, trying to think about if they're right now like also sitting there, sort of talking it out. If they're thinking about the draft, or if they're just
dude.
something tells me that like one of them went down to eat breakfast or something.
It would be really in my head at this point. It'd be like, if we wanted to play like rock paper scissors right now,
Yeah.
then we just go. But if we were just like, well, hold on here.
Okay.
Okay, we can do that in a second though.
Yeah.
See, if I had to wait for 30 minutes and then play, I would just overthink pointlessly and forget my original game plan, which I obviously think about a lot, much like a team preparing for Dota. Okay, so how do we do this?
Well, so here's the thing. This is another quick story that we can tell, right?
We don't need to tell this.
You know the story. He knows the story. The other day we were playing Terraforming Mars, and Ken Chen, the wonderful Mr. Hotbid, told us that we need to do rock, paper, scissors to figure out whose plants were destroyed.
I don't like
If you
story
haven't
time.
played Terraforming Mars before, you'll
don't think you need to explain
Don't
the
worry
game
about
to
it.
them.
But anyways, the point being that plants are good. One of us was going to lose them. We did. He was like, "All right, do rock, paper, scissors, shoot." Trent goes, rock, paper, and then just went. And
Yeah,
it, like
who does 3 then shoot?
yeah, but here's the thing: you agreed.
Yeah,
to
I
do
know
it
I
the
did,
other
but
way first.
I've spent like 30 years just doing bah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's hard, you know.
Also, what is the that we don't do that either.
Which one?
With like the hand on the thing. That's
I
not
do
how.
that.
Yeah, no, we don't. I don't know. I say we as in all
All
of
of
us. As far as
Canada?
I know in the Maritimes, that is not a thing. I
No?
feel like people see them on TV and then they start doing it.
I mean,
Well, you
that's
guys
probably
obviously
it.
just did. Well, yeah, because you make the TV.
Exactly.
America.
So you don't watch our TV? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm just not so easily swayed.
Okay.
I stand by my old traditions of
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you're right. Even when it like causes you to lose all
right,
your
go.
plants.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
Now, none of this. Okay, all right. So how are we doing this?
I mean, this probably looks
God, if
different.
only we could do
on stream as
predictions
well.
right now.
Predictions. All right, you ready?
That'd be so good. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna get you 3 times in a row. You ready?
What?
It's gonna
Okay,
happen.
but how are we doing it? Is it 1, 2, 3, shoot?
No, it's just 1, 2, 3.
Okay, all right. So it's
Ready?
like rock, paper, and then throw.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Rock, paper, and then scissors.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm
in
ready.
your
Yeah,
head.
yeah, yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors. That's 1.
All right, all right.
Getting nervous. Don't start sweating.
All right.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. No! I almost
He
swore.
thought
God,
I'd flex.
I had it. All right.
Can you imagine? All right.
Ready?
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Yes.
All right,
Victory
all right,
is
all right.
mine.
All
I
right,
also
that was 2
just
to 3.
dropped this behind me there.
Oh, that was
Perfect.
another minute down.
Nailed
Piece
it.
of cake. Mm.
We're killing it here.
Yeah. This is actually the best possible way to start the group stage for us. I mean, it's only uphill from here. Like,
That's
this
true.
is broadcast starts. Game starts. You know?
That's true. I think that it fits within the motif again of like us needing to build that anticipation and excitement for what's going to happen.
I thought you were going to say needing validation from the crowd and the fans and trying to think our lives have meaning.
No.
That's the one I was going for. So thank you for
very,
the validation.
Very deep.
As the numbers start to dwindle.
No. They would never dwindle. I don't believe in that.
I'm just looking over the mainstream. Yep, they're still just couching. They're
They
just
look
chilling.
good.
Yeah. They also waiting for the games. We're waiting for the games. Turns out everyone is.
True
you guys
enough.
are waiting for the games.
Yeah. I think that it's also nice though because like at least at the beginning, I feel like there was always this time when TI started. Before we started to work it, I would always like watch, and I would love to watch the group stage start off. And I'd have 4 different browsers open, or like the multi-Twitch
It's
thing.
the most beautiful multi-Twitch you guys have ever seen. It has 4 pairs of us all. Hi.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? But like, I think that it just becomes so crazy chaotic and like exciting what's happening, and sort of keeping up with that. And that's why I'm excited about the mainstream, because I think that the mainstream. I sort of tweeted about this, but there's been this like thought that I've always had where when you're watching games at an event, like there's this sentiment that happens in the green screen, in the green room, back behind, where like everybody's sitting together and watching the games and talking about like what's happening, what's the meta that's evolving, what heroes are good, what are people picking, how are people playing Dota in general. All those things start happening, and it feels like you sort of have I don't know, like not like the meta's being decided, but it feels like you're trying to decipher a puzzle. And I feel like that's what the mainstream is going to be this year a little bit, where it's like people just talking about what they're seeing around in the games all the time. So that's going to be cool.
We got some big brains. We got Insania showed up. Come for that. That's pretty cool.
Wait, is that revealed yet? Is he
Well, yeah, he's there on the screen. So.
Okay.
Oh, do you think I'm throwing with spoilers here? Come on.
Maybe.
I'm not going to tell about all the surprise secret people coming.
Ooh. I don't know if there is
dozens. There's just dozens of them.
I don't know if that's true. Is there a crowd and we don't know?
Can I just make some bold promises here? Just I mean, no one's even listening at this point.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a fair
been a while.
point.
They're just waiting for the game, much like us.
Way to bring that back around.
the game is eventually going to happen. Maybe. I don't have any promises.
I do. I will promise that there will be a game.
Wow.
I'm
That's bold. You don't know what could happen. You don't have that power.
I wonder if I could join.
Yeah, I know your name's Gabe, but you're not that Gabe.
I wonder if I could join the coaches slot.
And please don't. I don't want them to click the start and then you're suddenly a coach and
they can hear me. That would be the real meme.
That would be a problem.
That would be the real meme again.
Okay. All right. Jeez.
I think that it's going to be an interesting time watching that mainstream though and checking out what everybody's doing.
All right. So now that we've weaned out the non-diehard fans,
okay,
and just the diehard fans are left, who do you favor in this matchup? Who's winning this? Is someone going to 2-0?
I don't think it's going to be a 2-0. I think it's going to be a 1-1.
Okay, could one of them 2-0, or could either of them 2-0, or do you think it's just like?
I mean, this is really my problem with like all of these teams beforehand is that you come in with preconceived notions of what they're going to do, but realistically, like there's so much that's been held back this year because of that extended break before TI. I don't know what anybody's form is. Like I think that people could have powered up, hyperbolic time chambered it, and then become like really freaking good, and like we wouldn't know about it.
Okay.
It's like it's mostly scrims, but like we don't have access to that information as much.
Okay, so but which team did you dust all of their player cards?
Oh my God! Why are you doing this? Why are you?
No,
doing
I'm
this?
just saying. Last night, did you or did you not remember? You're under oath.
Yes.
Did you or did you not dust all 5 player cards from one of these 2 teams?
I may have.
All right. Now, may I remind you again, you are under oath, sir. Which team did you fully 5-man dust, including a gold card?
I may or may not have needed to get the like maximum amount of player cards so I could get that objective. Or
oh yeah, sorry, I apologize. It was a 4-man dust.
That's right.
Yes.
I needed to get that.
Yes.
No, it was a 3-person.
I believe it was 4 because you had 2 other teams that you needed to get. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They were the least likely out of your 2 teams. Yes. Which one was it, sir?
I may have dusted Alliance.
Yeah.
I may have. But so here's the thing. And
you should have seen how sad the player faces look. They just there's a gold card just disappearing from the screen. He's like, I need your dust. I need your soul power.
So the reason that I did that, it's not an indication of a team that I think is necessarily going to go out, but it's an indication of a team that I don't think I'm going to play their cards. Right? And I think that there's a difference there.
Okay, but do you or do you not have a 5-man lineup of OG?
I don't actually. Left? I think I have 4. Maybe I have
I'd like
5.
a verification, sir, please.
Okay.
I mean, we got time.
We do.
Guys, I'm looking. I'm checking. I'm checking here. All the way down. All the way. Oh, I see 5 OG players.
I might have them. I'm not playing any of them today, though, to be fair. No, I think that the main reason is just because I think the type of gameplay that Alliance has is not necessarily one that's conducive to fantasy. I think that they play a different way. Which don't
losing?
No,
what is not conducive to fantasy points?
No. I think that I think certain players. I think that Nico Baby is a good play, but I'm not sure if there would be many games where I would want to necessarily play him. If that makes sense.
I don't know, he hits a lot of creeps.
I think that he's the one that's probably the furthest along, but everybody else, it feels like they sort of play, there's not that big standout player, if that makes sense. It's like everybody kind of fits within that middle road. So they're like the Detroit Pistons from 2008 or whatever
I
it
actually
was.
watched basketball then, so
yeah.
there you go.
So it's like you had, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, you had Chauncey Billups, you had Rip Hamilton, you had Tayshaun Prince. Right? They're sick. He had the mask on.
Dude,
he had the mask on before it was cool.
He did, yeah.
So this was this is the roster of a bunch of role players that all play together, and it's not like
this is another bingo space, by the way. Irrelevant NA sports ball.
Exactly.
We've just hit another square.
So to me, that's sort of the role that Alliance fits. So for instance, you think about a team like what's one to think about? Maybe. Fnatic, is that a decent idea here? I feel like Raven is a pretty good play because it tends to be all about him. I feel like in the way that they play.
Okay, yeah.
And so you would want to play that card, for instance. And then maybe you play something for a team like Quincy Crew. You might think about a Leslau because he tends to get a lot. I feel like on his off lane role.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So that would be a more likely thing that I would want to do there. I'm just justifying this.
Yeah,
so
I can really hear because it's not like Alliance just play completely around Nico Baby or something. That would be a wild thought.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. They don't. Definitely not.
Fully dusted. Again, I remind you. Your Honor.
We've had 1 player leave the lobby now.
That's not good. That's
Hopefully
our first down this whole time.
Yeah, No-Tail got to get back in here. Hopefully he will soon. And we'll be able to get this one on.
This is not good. That is not a good sign.
Being updated.
So far, we've been sitting here with hope. 10 players, all equally. The other worrying part is they haven't said anything about lobby chat this entire time.
No.
And I have to say that you've clearly grown as a caster, and you feel like you're in some sort of place because you actually typed time ? Which you never would have done at your first TI.
No, definitely not.
You would have been terrified to put an emote in there.
Yeah.
And you
I
just
would.
you see anyone else typing? Maybe that's a problem.
That could be a problem.
Maybe there's a reason no one else is talking.
Yeah, they're going to get kicked off the broadcast. I put it all on the line. I needed to let the people know. I'm trying to relay information from the lobby chat to the people. I think that's the big reason.
You did not get an answer, though.
No, I didn't.
No.
But that in and of itself is an answer to the people. That's information. That's important. That's what you want to do. You're just looking off.
I'm just looking at the mainstream that's like, oh, please. I'm waiting for a graphic to show up because maybe they'll have information. I feel like that's where the information would go.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it can be sent to me from the mainstream screen. But
Yeah.
that is not the case right now. We all lie here and wait.
I think that one other thing that's going to be pretty fun about this one that I'm excited about
Wait,
is
you're not having fun right now?
I am having
Oh,
fun
okay,
right
good.
now,
Just
but it's
making sure.
another
Alright.
thing that's going to be fun.
I mean, once the game starts, it's going to be a lot more boring. But
I was
anyway.
thinking the chat lines. You know, we've got a whole new slew of them.
Yes.
And I think it's pretty cool. We've got a bunch of different broadcasters that are on scene now this year. I think that they've opened it up a lot more. Spanish broadcast is going to be on site as well, if I'm not mistaken. At least I've seen a bunch of folks from the Spanish broadcast bumping around and stuff. You know, I think it's pretty exciting. We've got like a really good crew of people that are working, and you know, a bunch of voice lines that are going to be coming in, potentially from casters. Yours is the only one with crowd noise in it, so
I may have been tactical.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That was an impressive move.
Thank you. I tried. I'd like to get it once. That would feel pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
If somebody did, you're
I'd feel pretty good about that. I'm not really one for the all chat. When they weren't all chat, I was a little excited because like sometimes they're a little bit too spammy. But I mean, what is it without the all chat? You need it.
It's
true.
true.
Sometimes it's a little overbearing. You're just like, oh my gosh, I need to try and think, and people are just spamming it at you. But you know what? It's okay.
I need to double check that I don't have any of the players muted, because there was a broadcast where I muted a bunch of the players, and then I entered in, and then I was like, they didn't say GG. Wow, that's intense. Oh, maybe I have them all ignored right now. I should check that to make sure that they're not down.
So far, so good.
Any of them. Yeah, no ignores yet. If there was a team that I would ignore, OG feels like one of them because of all the spam of lines.
They've actually been trying to add you to their friends list, and just, this user has ignored you.
Oh, I did have one.
Oh my God, who was that? Soxa?
Yeah.
Oh, you have Soxa and Seb muted.
Yep.
Wow,
and
even Sumail.
Wow.
I like how you didn't have Thompson muted, so you were a fan of his all chat apparently. Wow. Who's really the toxic one, if you dare mute them?
I liked his, the Zeus, wait for it, wait for it.
I mean, he set the meta.
He did.
That's kind of incredible when you think about it. You know, other players are known for things like, inventing stacking camps.
Right. Do you know that I was casting their games in that run from the open qualifiers on? It was awesome because I came in. We were at the BTS studios, and I came in like 2 days early so I could cast the opens. And I got to watch their run there, and then I was covering the European region through the regional qualifiers, and then obviously we got to cast their games at TI as well. It was sick. I got to see it all.
If I'm not mistaken, they were one loss away from losing that qualifier, right? They went to game 5.
It was 2 losses away, I think. I'm not sure.
I think they went to game 5 versus win, right?
I thought they did too, and then I went back and I checked through it when I was actually doing an interview with March, because March was coaching that team, and I didn't realize that until I went back and looked through it all. And then it was only to 4 games.
Yes, I know what I'm thinking of. The last time they lost a series before that TI was at an event in Toronto versus someone. I think it was Immortals.
Yeah, I think so too.
It was the Immortal stack with like Dubu. Was the last team to actually defeat OG before they won TI.
It's crazy.
That's what it was.
It's so nuts. And yeah, that Wind and Rain team almost did end up taking it. But yeah, I was following that because we were sort of talking about. I was doing the interview with March. He went on to do that, and then to coach for that team. And then when it didn't work out, ended up actually coming as talent, which is the classic.
Ah, yes, that was good. That was a good one.
And then afterwards, tried to re-qualify again with the Genespris lineup.
Oh, dude, we watched that whole qualifier together. Did. That was a sad one.
Yeah, and that one, like, again, it came down to the last second, trying to sort of focus down and get the last towers. They went all in instead of going back for Roche.
Oh,
it was devastating.
That was insane.
But that team, 23 Savage and March, and then you look forward to now with T1. March played against the Geek Fam roster, pulled the Geek Fam roster together with the exception of one player, which was Raven, who ended up going on to Fnatic. And who did he decide to pull back with him again? Brought back 23 Savage, and now they're here at TI. And it's interesting seeing the way that those teams sort of like evolve, where it's naturally like, okay, I like this player, I've played with him before, I want to try and build this synergy together. And then you have teams like Alliance, where it's just like, we're gonna pull everybody together, and build this roster from the best players that we feel like we got, the replacements,
and build this game.
That's right.
Yep.
Deep
to eventually happen.
Eventually.
Maybe if we all just focus really hard. It'll just like start.
Will it to be so?
No, it didn't work.
No.
Sorry, guys.
You probably didn't
but
try
No-Tail's
hard
back.
enough. He
so
is
that's
back.
Good. So we got 10 again.
Oh, I gotta see if I have him muted. All right, unignore user.
Muted.
I did.
Jeez, dude.
Dude, I had all of them muted except for Thompson. What the hell? That's not great. Well, I'm glad I caught it now,
that
though.
actually kind of makes up for the fact that, you dusted all of Alliance's cards. At least you didn't have them muted.
That's right. So I dusted all of Alliance and I muted all of OG.
Yeah.
I'm just a toxic
You
caster.
just tried to eliminate all of them.
I did.
Yeah, except Thompson.
That's right.
So not only are you toxic, you're also biased to one player, apparently.
Toxic and biased.
Wow, you're hitting all of the perfect check marks as a caster.
I think that's what people think of when they think of me. Toxic and biased.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But yeah, it's I think that the other thing about this, who do you favor in this? You asked me, I didn't get a chance to ask you.
I'd take OG.
You think so?
I think they have more of just the
You think
the
2-0 OG?
mentality. Yeah, I'd probably take 2. Although I will confess, I do have 2 Alliance players as fantasy, I believe.
Okay.
Because I'm just YOLOing. I felt like it. I had some gold cards. I was like, maybe
They've
they'll have
got
a good
3
day.
games today too.
Yeah, they got 3 games. Maybe they'll be able to pull it out. I thought it'd be kind of fun to watch them. I like hedging my bets,
Right.
So maybe, I don't expect them to do well, but they do well. Maybe
Right.
I'm wrong on broadcast, but I get fantasy points.
True.
So I got wins somewhere.
I think that this is a team that and again, maybe this is just my own personal bias. They've consistently beaten expectations over and over again. And there's definitely a strength that I feel like they get just through their connections with each other. And it's one of those teams that feels like, for both of these teams actually, they're greater than the sum of their parts almost even.
I think also every team wants momentum,
Right.
obviously. Every team is
Yeah.
going to feel better and be stronger when they get a couple wins under their belt. But I would say that someone like Alliance, it is crucial.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference for them completely in this group stage is if they just start out well.
Right.
Because they've got to have some confidence issues, I would imagine, with everything
Right.
that's happened this year. You win the EU DPC and then you go to LAN.
I don't know. I don't
you
know if they
perform
do,
very
dude.
well.
I don't know.
Maybe they don't.
Well, because the other thing is that they have a little bit of momentum coming in from the ESL stuff, right?
That's
Where
true.
they performed
Yeah,
well.
they did well.
I think also they're the type of team, and I think OG is too, where a lot of that external stuff I feel like it doesn't necessarily get to them a ton.
I think OG are powered by external stuff. I think Alliance everything just kind of washes by.
That's true. Yeah,
I don't think
there's
they
more
care as much.
Exactly.
But I also think that they don't have that same sort of I don't know. I picture the old complexity with these guys where they did the huddle and
Right.
I don't think
I
this
don't know what
roster is
that
doing
was.
any of that stuff.
Well, they grew up.
That was good. That's some quality, bonding, motivation. It feels very North American when you watch back on it.
Yeah.
Oh, they've gone to a weight screen?
Oh,
They've abandoned the mainstream?
interesting.
Welcome. Yes,
Welcome,
we
we're
won't do
here.
that to you.
No, we're gonna stay here. We're
Okay,
hanging
well,
out,
unless we're told, because sometimes they're going to tell us to take a break, maybe. So
and I'm gonna say no for you people. I'm not gonna say
No,
no.
do
I'm
not.
definitely not gonna say.
you know
no.
what happened the last time someone said no to production, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not end well for you.
They're gonna make my voice all squeaky for the rest of the tournament afterwards. They can take
Now that's
retribution.
content, yeah.
That would be great.
That's good. We were talking about this because helium is very expensive. So,
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really just do that constantly.
Wait, when were you talking about this?
Don't worry about it.
We have the what's that?
We have to go to a break?
All right,
Okay,
and with
I'm
that,
sorry.
we will be
We've
back
been
in just a
told.
little bit. All you wonderful people out there, we'll be back when the game is ready to start. See y'all then. And just like that, we're back after a very short break. Trent, it is all going to happen again. Should we do the whole thing again?
No, not that. Not
Oh,
all
not
that
that
again.
whole thing.
Welcome to episode 2 of Chuck and the Canuck. I'm the Canuck. He's Chuck. Chuck. So here we. You don't want to be Chuck? Chuck sounds good.
Chuck is good.
Yeah,
I like it. It also rhymes with Canuck.
Yeah. So that was
Does
pretty
that
fast.
mean Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. We have all the lobby issues sorted out. All the players are back in it. I believe the game is going to start. We're going to knock on some wood to make sure that happens. But besides that, Mr. Trentster.
Yes.
We're actually. Oh no, I joined the wrong one. There you go. Here, you ready? We're back in it.
Jeez. I'm gonna take him away.
I'm like causing problems right as it's about to happen. The other thing is we just asked the makeup ladies if they could come by and touch us up, and right as the stuff happened, we went live. So apologies, you wonderful people out there that are making our lives easier.
And now look how horrendous you look. Wow. Clearly he needed some help.
True.
And you guys will just have to deal with this right now, like I do all day.
It's a rough life for us.
Yes. So coordinator issues fixed. Big thumbs up. Players coming back to the lobby. Us going to start some Dota 2. We're all just going to hope for the best. I see the mainstream's back on too. They're all talking. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Some casters made a request actually to try, and this is a leak, by the way, so don't tell anyone.
No, you can't leak.
I'm leaking.
No leaks.
Some people wanted to go back to filling.
Ooh,
but I won't name who.
we got a coin toss, though.
They have a great podcast, though.
That's really good. They do.
Oh, give us the priority. Dota stuff. All right,
There it is.
what do we got?
First priority was OG. They won the coin toss. Second priority Alliance. So they take second pick on OG.
I love.
Very, very interesting.
I love second pick. Second
Yeah.
pick is so good now. For the longest time, second pick felt kind of bad. And Alliance chose Radiant before we forget. So second pick OG, first choice, and Alliance took Radiant. So basically, well, first let's just talk about what that means. Because maybe you're not a huge Dota nerd. Maybe you don't watch all the games all the time. And
First of all,
frankly,
there is a draft section that happens in Dota 2
Okay, stop.
where you choose which heroes you want to play.
All
It's
right, they're not
important,
that new. All right. So one thing that we don't talk about a lot on broadcast, and this is because we don't actually get this information all the time, is who won the coin flip and what they took.
Right.
That's not something that's actually like parsed in the data in terms of like Dat Dota or Dota Buff or anything. So sometimes it can be hard to go back and be exactly sure, like, oh, did they want Radiant this whole tournament, or is that just did they just lose a bunch of coin flips? Like,
Exactly.
You know, so.
Or was it like the other team always chose Radiant or something?
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice to get this information, and you want to start tracking patterns amongst these teams, because some teams like to play on one side more than the other, even if one side seems to be more in the meta. Because that tends to be what happens. It's like, oh, Radiant's just better because like the jungle's better right now. It feels like I can stack my ancients a little bit easier, and then I get to play in the dire jungle in the second half of the game, and that feels nice. Maybe we control Roche, blah blah blah.
Right.
And then patches change which of these sides feel good. And of course, the big thing is that we very recently had a change to the draft order.
Right.
And second pick feels so much better now. So in the past, the problem with second pick is that the last pick was like, basically, you wasted so much of your draft time for that last pick.
Yes.
And that had to be this huge gotcha. And it feels like over the years, we've moved more and more to a flexible style of drafting where there's way more heroes that can go from this role to that role. And it's not as punishing to the team who has the 9th pick, because they, sure, they get some gotcha 10th pick. You just shift stuff around and you make things work. It has to be like a Brood or like a Meepo to make it good these days a second.
And again, for those that, maybe are tuning in for the first time from another game, or maybe just coming back to Dota after a long time, that's what we do with Dota occasionally. TI is this big, huge thing.
It's for life, though.
Right, it really
never
is. You can never fully get away from it, try as you might. But the thing about it really is that, like, you end up with a lot of similar types of heroes, it feels like, where you're like, okay, I'm going to exploit this laning matchup. I think the lane is going to go this particular way. Or I'm going to counter be like, for instance, a Storm Spirit or a Zeus against a Tinker in its most like simplistic form, where you're picking this hero that's like a counter for them throughout the whole game. But we're going to have to wait and see indeed what happens. Second pick is going to be going the way of OG, but we have a draft now, which we can get into. So I'm sorry that you no longer get to look at us.
Yes, I know.
Finally, we're going to have to watch some Dota.
Yes.
So we will be able to get into that now.
It was about even, though, to be fair, right? I mean, you got about an hour of us.
Exactly.
And now you'll get, hopefully, about an hour of a game. I could go for an hour long with draft. That's a pretty good length of a game, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I would be absolutely down for that. And I think that that's something that's going to be interesting to watch too, is what happens with game lengths, because you end up with situations where like maybe a certain strategy, you end up with like, you know, a Chen or a Lycan or something like that that can start pushing down towers really quickly. And whoa, look at that. Right out of the bat, we've got ourselves a Chen band as well as a Tiny. That's my pick for most banned hero in the entire tournament.
What did I tell you they do with Chen? What did I say?
Yeah.
I said they banned it first.
That's what they do.
And here we are. It's happened already. Oh, the most banned starts, guys. It's already solid. Monkey King and Tiny.
Well, we're going to have to see indeed what happens here, as they're spamming out some voice lines as well. Monkey King, I'm surprised that that one's banned, I guess. You're talking about it a little bit.
Yeah, I think coming into the tournament, there's this idea of like, you know, the Monkey King, Tiny, they're going to be the two big heroes. I feel like we had this discussion last night of who we thought would be the most banned and the most picked between Tiny and Monkey King. I think you went Monkey King and I went Tiny. So we're going to have to be paying attention here to see who's going to be the most banned.
Absolutely. And IO banned out, so we were talking about that one as well. That means Dawnbreakers potentially, are we going to see it?
That was banned by OG as well, which I think is kind of surprising. So Alliance have first pick, but OG have the 2-3. So this is why I personally like second pick so much, and why it's going to matter a lot in this TI is because now it feels like you get 2 opportunities at the end of the game to counterpick. It feels amazing, right? You just get to look, counterpick as the last 2 picks in the end, and a hero who has been shot off to the side for so long, Earthshaker, this whole DPC, pretty much 2 seasons. Oh, speaking of which, now we have 2 heroes that everyone says, you know, around TI time, though, they're going to come back. Rubik and Earthshaker getting substantial buffs in the more recent patches, and also just absolute placeholder heroes at TI. These guys, they want an Aegis, you know?
It really is true. Like, there's just something about TI time when you pick these giant AoE heroes that, like, can completely turn around a game. They punish mistakes is what it's really about, it feels like.
Just give me Shadow Fiend and I have, like, my 4 favorite heroes to watch right now.
Right,
like,
literally.
seriously. This is amazing.
All right. So against the Tidehunter, you're thinking about Disruptor potentially. You're thinking about these heroes that can mitigate the presence of a Tidehunter. But at the same time, this hero's kind of inhabited different roles. Like, I remember leading up to this, we were watching some of the pub games and we saw like a Satanic Tidehunter. These others like very strange combinations. We'll see how it ends up going if OG decide to run for sort of like a more group up and fight around this Tide, or if they want to like how they want to play it. Whoa, hello, Queen of Pain.
Okay, so this comes back to the discussion of second pick, I would say, because this idea of like your last 2 picks are both getting counterpicked as Alliance, right? So you have to pick, they get to pick. You have to pick again, OG get to pick. And so taking your mid and taking a stronger mid hero, at least potential for mid, because Queen of Pain definitely has some flex right now, I think is better when you're first pick.
Where do you see the potential for flex for Queen of Pain?
I think it could be a position 4, position 5, or a mid. Maybe even position 3. I think she has a lot of places she can go right now. I would say she is best and mid and probably 4. So it's more likely going to be a mid in this case. But I think she can go like pretty much all the roles but 1 right now.
You don't think 1 would work? I remember back in the day, it was like the old like AC builds that you would get.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean anything can work.
That's true.
As someone once said.
That's true. I think it's going to be really interesting because like you said that you have multiple different bans that you can now take out of the pool to take co-op's really bad matchups out of there. And look at this OG taking a really long time with this next round of bans. What are they thinking right now? What do you think is going through their heads that's making them so concerned about the heroes they have to ban out in this second phase? Like, are you thinking about banning out, I don't know, Snapfire? That's not what I was expecting. That's really weird. That's such a weird pick or decision to ban.
Yeah, I mean, good hero for sure. It has some flex in terms of the roles we kind of discussed in our earlier podcast here. Right? We still like the hero. She's definitely been nerfed since she's been introduced, and feels like she's getting weaker and weaker. She has like certain counter picks that I guess is where I would probably start thinking is the heroes like Phoenix specifically, but I don't think you would just ban Snap right that if you like that. That just says, hey, we'd love a Phoenix to me. Maybe like an Undying 2 could be a potential 5.
I would feel like Alliance would want to take out a Puck here on the last round of bans also. That one of those traditionals really devastating answers for Queen of Pain in the mid lane. I mean, granted, you can go for a different build or you can go for the Screams instead of the daggers. But it's interesting, right? Because in a way, it feels like we're not really thinking about the lanes that much right now for Alliance. So like, these are the heroes that we want, and we're going to just put them wherever is going to suit them best.
Well, what's important about that is that they've already sort of saved 2 lanes, because they're taking the Queen of Pain, who, with the addition to now gaining health when she uses her dagger, has made her a better laner overall. And she was already a fairly strong hero. Even in like her worst shape, she's a pretty good laner. So you've got that to help safe hold the mid lane, other than like the really bad counter picks, like you mentioned, like maybe a Viper or a Puck or something. And then you have Earthshaker, who also can just like hold back the wave by fishing, which can save a lot of different offlane heroes too. But position 3 Earthshaker is also gaining a ton of steam right now, so this could also be a core shaker.
I mean, the thing about it though is that like we're talking all this stuff that's cool about the Alliance draft. It is weird. And from OG, you have like a very just stout combination. You have a Tidehunter. This is a hero that you want in these types of like big, meaningful games that can just sort of either stay strong in a lane or be that thing that turns around a fight. And he's so versatile. And then, of course, Rubik is just a very nice answer to Earthshaker at any time and being able to steal Fissure. It's good stuff.
Death Prophet, another hero that's gotten some bans and a little bit of tweaks lately. Wasn't seen a lot this year, so you need a little bit of love. But one of the poster heroes in terms of
Alliances turn to ban.
Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Lakad pa to!
Normally.
Prepare for battle!
Wanna play a monk?
Seconds to battle. Radiant's courier has been slain.
Money to burn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No, you don't.
That should help.
Yes. Axe sheds a tear for Radiant's courier. Metaphorically speaking, Axe does not actually cry. Much like cordwood before Axe's axe, Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack!
Who turned up the heat?
Like Axe, the Dire structures cannot be hurt. Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for certain.
Lakad mo na doon!
As long as we stay
Normally.
positive.
Dire's top tower is under attack! War has come to Radiant's bottom tower! Dire's top tower is under attack! Dire's top tower has fallen! Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Radiant's bottom tower has been laid low!
You're dead.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! My just reward. The red mist spreads at Radiant's middle tower. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. The red mist spreads at Radiant's middle tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. War has come to Radiant's bottom tower. Much like cordwood before Axe's axe, Dire's top tower is under attack. War has come to Radiant's bottom tower!
Can't outrun a wildfire.
Lakad mo na doon! Normally.
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for certain.
You're dead.
Dire's top tower is under attack! Much like cordwood before Axe's axe, Dire's top tower is under attack! Radiant's middle tower is under attack! Dire's middle tower is under attack! Radiant's middle tower is under attack! Puny Radiant hides behind their fortifications! Radiant's middle tower is under attack! Dire's top tower is under attack! Dire's courier shall carry no more. Much like cordwood before Axe's axe, Dire's middle tower is under attack! Tend to your wounded, or put them out of their misery! Dire's middle tower is under attack! My waters rise. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Radiant structures are fortified with 12 important vitamins and minerals. Is under attack! Dire's top tower is under attack! Radiant's middle tower is under attack! Dire's middle tower has fallen!
Can't outrun.
War has come to Radiant's bottom tower! Radiant's bottom tower has fallen! Dire's top tower is under attack! Dire structures can take all the hurt Radiant cares to heap upon it!
Double kill!
Lakad mo to! Normally.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Well done. The tide is up. Axe observes carnage underway at Radiant's top tower. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Top tower has fallen. If Axe was a tower, he would never fall. Dire's bottom tower is under attack! Dire's bottom tower is taking many wounds! Dire's bottom tower has fallen! Radiant's top tower is under attack! Dire's bottom tower is under attack!
Nicely.
Dire structures are fortified. Super fortified. Carnage underway. You can't Radiant's top tower.
As long as we stay positive.
You're dead.
Haste. That was perfect.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack! Radiant's towers are fortified. Has come to Radiant's bottom tower. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen, much like cordwood before Axe's axe. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Axe admits to some confusion.
As long as we stay positive, we'll win.
Double damage! At Radiant's middle tower. As Radiant's middle tower falls, Axe's middle finger rises. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are bearing up stoically in the face of an assault. Not to pick sides, but Axe's favorite Radiant bottom barracks have fallen.
Normally.
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen. Pity. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen. Axe needs something to chop.
You're dead.
Does this mean my flesh will grow back? Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. The red mist spreads at Radiant's middle tower.
You talk to me. stay positive.
Roshan has fallen to the Axe dire! Dreams about Roshan sometimes. Axe wakes, sweating in the dark, clutching for his axe, a scream rising in his throat, and... Never mind. And tremble! Radiant's top tower is under attack! Radiant's top tower has fallen! Dire victory!
kills for EG, and they'll take. To that sort of mid-game, you're going to struggle.
It's like the macro game too.
Yeah.
Like that's the big thing. It's like I'm seeing the side of Aster's overreacting to a lot of things, while EG they're playing their like cool calm game. They're like,
Yes,
if we
very
get to
cool.
late game, we win. Ice just pushing bottom. When they're doing Roche on the side of Aster, Arteezy's just taking tier 2. He's chilling, waiting to come into the fight. Nothing overreacting there. Aster, I like the move that they actually went into the Roche pit, but I feel like they should.
And we are back in ready for game number 2. I'm trying to think if we would call that one like a stomp. It felt like the first 15 minutes or so were very close, and then it became like those little things that OG was doing that was building up momentum. Those little things, it snowballed into feeling like there was just no way for them to come back into the game.
There was kind of it felt a little stompy because there were essentially, there's 2 teams and they each have a game plan, but these game plans were actually extremely similar.
Yes.
They were both just trying to get one big mega carry.
Yeah.
And the mega carry on the Dire side on OG was much bigger than the one on the Radiant. And then there's kind of like a potential, of course, for the Morphling that the Clinks doesn't have, where you have these magical timings. Clinks is just a build-up over time. Every item just adds more and more and more and more. Morphling's like, and then giant jump when you actually get the Aghanims. Then, of course, another massive jump when you get the BKB. Unfortunately, hit one jump, which brought him like just a little bit below, but they couldn't get the second jump. They got cut off at the knees. Couldn't jump anymore, and they lost. I like having this table that I can just bang.
Why?
This is
What
good.
Are you doing?
I don't know. Makes me feels good.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think I've had this at TI. I don't know. It's a nice solid sturdy table. So
You're
excellent.
gonna
Thank you
break
very
the damn
much.
thing. You're going crazy over there.
Well, you know, games aren't starting. What am I gonna do? I'm breaking tables.
That's
I don't
fair.
get the game starting.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if there were any updates about things that were changed. So it does look like there was, in the second time, obviously, you trade out.
well
So
done.
Alliance are going to be the ones that take second pick this time, and OG get Radiant. So same situation that we had
Yep.
last game. They're not switching anything up, feeling like, all right, we just got to either
Well-
execute better or ban out the Clinks. We'll see what
Well,
ends up happening.
They're switching.
Are they? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought that it was the other way
'cause,
around.
like, now Alliance have
That's a
priority,
good point. Good
and
point.
they took the better thing.
I
which
see.
is side of the map, like you play more in the enemy jungle, and so when you're Radiant, that feels really good. 'Cause
Right.
You're playing like on that like triple camp up there, and then you fire back to Roche, and then you fire back to Ancients. That's all really nice,
Right.
easy to control.
Well, what's interesting too about this last game, though, was it felt like OG was able to still make plays. Like I'm thinking again about that sort of bait that Alliance tried to lay out when there was the smoke that went down bottom, or what we thought was going to be a smoke that went down
Yeah.
bottom. But at that point, it already felt like they were a little bit behind, and then of course not being able to get the BKB out on more for those like sort of really key fights, needing to go like to a large extent needing to go for that Linken's. It slows down the rest of those things,
Yeah.
right? Like it felt like Clinks was able to just do whatever Sumail wanted that game, and there wasn't really a sort of a thing that freed up Alliance in the same way because there's
Dota. His first 20 minutes, it's kind of like when you're the goalie to use a hockey. You played goalie soccer. I'm sure it's similar. Sometimes your team is doing so well that the puck never ends in your end.
No, I never.
Okay, he didn't play on a good
experienced that.
team, obviously. But you
I
gotta
would
stay
see-
hot. You gotta be ready for when you're called upon.
Right.
You can't be cold. You've just been chilling the whole game. Smail's just chilling the
That's
whole
true.
game. And so when he's finally given the ball and says, "All right, now that you're like 8 feet tall and everyone is like tiny little children, I need you to go dunk on some fools." He dunked.
You switched analogies so much
I
there.
need to
When
cover
they
as
give
many
the goalie
sports.
the ball and they go dunk it on the hockey rink, that's what ends up happening.
I'm trying to cover. I understand there's not a lot of hockey knowledge, right? I'm just like trying to pick and
Can I-
choose. Isn't NBA the most global?
I feel like
Except for that
football,
thing with the
soccer
little.
still
Oh,
is.
well, he called it football. Don't
Okay.
pander to them. Call it what you
see
call
you,
it. He
Euros.
calls it soccer. All right.
I played for
Don't
17
pretend.
years. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I think I've said this before on
mhm.
broadcast. When I was in high school, the first game that we played competitively, I was the keeper,
Mhm.
and we lost 0-17.
No, you
It
didn't.
felt real good.
Yes.
It felt real good.
No, you got. Did you wait? Did you get subbed out?
No. I blocked more than 17 shots.
Okay,
it's
that's
just that
to
there
be
were
fair.
17
All right.
in a row. That was
Wow.
the problem. What do you mean did I get subbed out? How would they sub me out? I'm the greatest.
Wouldn't it be- well, I mean, not if they scored 17. I feel like it
That's
can't
not
get
on me.
much
That's
worse.
on my team. Listen, that's like my team pick and PUDGE.
That is
mid.
the most Dota player thing I've ever
Exactly.
heard.
It
Yeah, we
totally
get scored
is.
on 17 times, and I'm the goalie, but that's not on me. That was my team.
It was my team.
That's
God
like,
dang it.
look, man, I bought all the wards as support. One
Exactly.
more, yeah, I didn't place them, but like I couldn't because like you guys wouldn't like get it on the map, so it's not
Exactly.
my fault that we had no vision.
You're speaking to a bunch of people that are all agreeing with what you're saying
That-
right now.
That is not good. You should not be agreeing with that, or else you're just one of these
Yeah.
17 scored on goalies.
And think about where I am as well. So we're going to get ready. We're going to actually tell them right now that we are ready in chat, so that way we can get the game underway. But Alliance versus OG. The other thing that we should talk about a little bit with that last game was that it felt like the Lina never really got enabled in the way that you would want. You talked a lot about the idea of like who's going to make these rotations and make moves, and it actually ended up being Thompson that found a kill in the jungle, which I think was our first blood at like 5 minutes or whatever into it. In the end, Limp only had 1 kill on the Lina. He was like 1-5 and something else. Laguna Blades, I don't think ever killed somebody. Like, it was a rough game for that Lena, and that was the last pick. That was everything that you put into it.
Not to go off topic here, but do you have all chat muted or something? Why do we never see anything in the lobby? Are we the only, why are we being
Maybe
told to
I'm
ready?
muted. Maybe they just don't know.
Did you ignore everyone in the admin as well? I was like, where they're just like, well, are you guys ready? They're like, messaging us. I'm like, well, yeah, we are ready.
Yeah.
They're not saying anything, though.
No, we're not.
But apparently it's coming soon, so that's the secret. But yes, I would agree that they basically had too many heroes trying to do the same thing. It feels like there was no one who could actually make plays. And especially the most surprising thing is that I think S4 had a better than expected start to that game. In terms of his gold and like getting the blink dagger and stuff.
There were a couple moments that felt a little rough for him in that one.
Yes, 100%. Yes, the late game execution was poor.
Yeah.
Especially getting caught. Like the two very specific moments that essentially lost Alliance their chance to come back were based off of initiations by him, which sucks because Earthshaker is not someone who necessarily wants to jump in first.
Exactly.
It's always better to jump in second. Yeah, but he had to jump in first, and that's your job this game. So condolences. But yeah, there really wasn't anyone else to do that, was there?
No, I mean, hypothetically, maybe the Queen of Pain, but like
for vision, she just blinks in and like, guys, they're casting spells on me. That worked a couple times, to be fair. That's usually how they won fights. Was like, I'm. Oh, team, I found them. They can't get away from us now.
And I think that's part of the strength of that Tidehunter pick, too, because think about what those heroes are that you would normally fulfill in that role. It would be like the Ember or the Void Spirit or one of those others. And like that lane doesn't sound good against Tidehunter.
Well, the problem too was that the Tide was first pick. Well, Shaker and then Tide Rubik, right?
Yeah.
What was the answer to Tide?
Yeah, they never had it.
There was zero answer to Tide. They had 4 heroes to do something versus Tidehunter, and Thompson gets to be level 15 while his Clinks is level 22, and still feel like a strong hero because they can't stop Kraken Shell. And if you can't get your BKB in time because you're forced into a link, it's like there's so many layers of why the strategy was so good. Because he can't go BKB first because he's going to get dueled and died. So he has to go Linken's. And then he needs an eggs, right? I'm a Morphling.
Exactly.
I need the eggs.
You have to have
my Shaker. So his item build was pre-planned just from the draft. There's not really much else that Nico Baby can do.
Right. And that's sort of the situation where those really good bands that came out from OG, the Shadow Demon, what have you. And it makes me think again like one of those situations where maybe you pick something like a Disruptor or a Doom or, I mean, that hero's all weird, but whatever. Like, I guess that's the thing, right? Is that Tidehunter he presents a problem to you, and there was just never a solution that was presented by Alliance. And we saw what ended up happening when that was the case, and then you Clinks could just do whatever the heck you wanted.
And
was having a great time.
Was the case in game 1.
Oh.
But guys, we have game 2. The draft is actually starting, so we're good. Don't worry. We got you. We got you coming up here with a couple of heroes and some picks.
Absolutely. As we get ready to go into this, I personally, I'm trying to think if there were any heroes that were banned out in the first phase that I really would like to see changed up in exchange for the Tidehunter.
Chen, Io, Monkey,
Tiny.
and Tiny.
Yeah.
That was our 4.
Right.
I don't know if I'd want to let any of those through. Those all sound worse than anything we saw.
It would be Chen Io, right? Those would be the 2 that you would let through for Alliance because it was Monkey and the other. So we're going to go into this one already. Monkey's still going to be banned, this time by Alliance.
Wow.
And Shaker gets taken out by OG.
Put some respect on his name. They do. They ban the Shaker. They say, you know what, that was actually pretty good. That was a little scary.
And then the AA as well.
They want that morph option available. But
they've banned out the...
OG's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining.
Your Alliance
I think
now?
you really want Tiny's one. I think that's where I want it. And then there's still the idea of 2 as another one. And then 4, I think, is like the third thing that I want. So I don't think I'd want to open with like Tiny Morph, right? Because then the Morph has to be mid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
I'd rather just like chill, let things go. I mean, you've got ET though. It's fine, and they do ban it out, and that's fine. Just because they ban it doesn't mean that OG made a mistake either, because there's just like the draft just goes down a different path. They just want to say, yes, we recognize that is good, but it's even better when it's later, so let's just get rid of it now. And can you guys wave at us? We can see your faces in the bottom. So if you hear any of the others,
well, like there's nothing that's like immediately freak me.
Yep. I'm so hot on Medusa. I think this hero's sick. It's got banned 2 games in a row now. I'm very disappointed. I think I have it for something absolutely terrifying. I think she's a reason not to just potentially go back for that and like at least consider it with a Tiny mid, or it could be Thompson Clinks. He also plays that too. So if they're like, ET wants to stack. It's his life.
So the only thing about that, perhaps Sumail Tiny at that point, or do you have Clinks?
Dire team bad.
That's necessary.
I think Sumail really likes those active carries where he can be a little bit more involved too. Like, I don't think that they're just locked into like, oh, I'm gonna go farm camps as the one and stuff like he did as
that's true.
The Clinks. I do worry as to why he was playing.
10 seconds remaining.
That was very concerning.
5 seconds remaining.
Another death probably ban, so really bringing back a lot of the same heroes and then just
Radiant team
something a little bit annoying to play against in the Mirana, and out comes the tank. So a hero that has been nerfed recently, and they got another nerf with the Echo Saber change too. So it's not bad. I mean, Echo Saber's still good on the hero. It's just not quite as good as it used before. But there's question marks, I think, of this hero, because very flexible across the roles. But is it still good with all these nerfs?
5 seconds remaining. Radiant
It
team
causes some chaos. I will say, I was wondering if there's
Dire team big.
God.
As long as we stay positive.
I love how fast they just did that.
Okay. We were talking about Snapfire earlier.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Good jump on those kisses.
Radiant team bad. Slaughter.
Florida. When we're talking about heroes that you were one of the ones that I was thinking of.
Well, it's an IO, so
yeah,
that's always pretty cheeky.
Actually,
right?
it's a Slaughter.
10 seconds remaining.
Around together, get a lot done.
So
5
to me,
seconds
I feel
remaining.
like that's the type of hero. You got Chaos, got a gyrocopter. Start the fight, and it not mess with the tangos rolling. Also be or this that fits perfect.
So currently they're most likely set to be FNG 5 Panko, with the IO playing with the slider in lane, and Gyro is the one.
Dire team bad.
All that we were talking about a lot in the PI. IO with hard on the IO. For getting some stuns with the rolls through.
Alright, yeah, true.
That could be pretty cool.
Also, it could be a core IO with a position 4 slider. That would actually work really well with how the core IO functions.
And then Gyro.
No. Gyro will be the 1. The IO will be the 3. The slider is the 4. Because the whole idea of this Can he DMCS? Real goal for the good stuff. You guys want to talk about Dota instead?
Let's do it.
That sounds
Game
pretty good.
number 2, OG facing off against Alliance. Alliance.
It's a lie down there. It says. With that one, Val.
You're dead.
Do that console.
Prepare for battle!
Beautiful. Don't forget to do your predictions.
That's right.
That's always good, right? You guys want to get some stuff.
So the quick run out. Buddy and Seb gonna do high fives, dropping down. We had a very interesting level 1 that happened last time where we're able to out OG and just take down everything.
You talking to me?
Yeah, they went up with 3 of the 4.
Yes.
So that was pretty good. What's it done? 1.
You talking to me?
Kyle has clearly paid off Sumail, because I know he planned on doing this.
Dude, and it's freaking Kyle's out there tweeting about it too.
Yeah.
This is what happens. He's like, all right, Sumail's like, all right, I'll spam your voice line if you about me dunking as Michael Jordan. It's literally what happened.
By the trade. I mean, to be fair, he did dunk on last game. That did
30
happen.
seconds to battle.
Happen again on how it all goes. Starting with a bunch of branches to go as well. If Alliance can call me in. A struggle last time around, but I have Larder IO lane.
Yeah, I think to me, there's a lot more weight, even more on S4. Like, I think he played really well last game, and up until those 2 clutch moments, but like, at least he got to that stage, and then you, it's tough because you have to play off basically just Echo, right? Like,
Yes.
you can do your blink fixtures and everything, and other than that, he's essentially a vehicle for the Morphling.
As long as we stay
But the Slider, no long cooldowns, right? Doesn't have to worry about that, and it should make it easier for Limp to play. Really important. So last game he had a time transitioning that farm into actual.
Gonna be that too. Travel first, it's sort of have to do, but it's hard to do it in Ice Hunters. Dude, that's perfect. Missile's gonna go out, and the quick kill of the missile too. Nice. Better value.
Time to change. Good stuff. Lanes, probably the most interesting one, I guess, would be the mid lane between like Thompson and Limp. The idea of just like, will Thompson push it too far, or will Limp, right? There's definitely an opportunity there where you're like, you try and get too close to space for a scream, think you can get the finish after all the whittling down. You just get blown up by me, feel like an idiot. You know, that tends to happen to the Dota players versus this one. Excellent denies you from Limp. I mean, the guy is good at laning. Like, there's no doubt about that. Obviously, his mid and late game sometimes leaves something to be desired. It's a bit of a classic for him, but his laning is sick.
Far from him. Likewise, Thompson has basically done what his bottom, get no pressure on, or with no health. Hear it.
Oh, this is such a fun hero to play in lane. Like, ET it's like 2 different heroes in some ways. Like, I feel like there's so much about the hero in the laning which is like a normal hero playing an entire match of Dota. Because there's just so many shenanigans you can do with this hero. With your spirit, between like pulling the waves and like stopping them from pulling the waves by throwing out your spirit, and then you get the stacks to get your bonus damage that you're throwing on top of them. For some reason you can trade like nobody else at level 1 and level 2. Like, look at him with the aura in this. He's fighting 2 heroes.
Yeah.
That's 2 heroes for a spirit, guys.
And it just doesn't matter.
He's done the math.
So strong. Has the salve afterwards if things get a little bit too dicey. Time up top. Very different. that PUDGE can kind of do a similar bowling strategy, but mainly by virtue of like throwing out this blood right and basically saying, you know, if you want to get these last hits, if you want to contest for ours, you're going to take some damage for it.
Yeah, FNG's actually so slow that he can't get out of the blood right. Like he just gets stuck in it by casting it right in the middle of him. He has to be running like right away when it happens, and Seb even running in there trying to contest the barrier, nearly gets it.
Careful. So they're keeping the on to top center.
Nope, got stunned, bottom.
Dance. And getting there, first blood.
The bashes are there. He got a little too bold, trying to protect Sumail.
Wait a minute. Now the body blocks coming in on from the IO. Can they find themselves a second trying to get the answers? S4 down low, S4 gets PUDGE trading the aggro over afterwards. Hotel's angry about it, wants to see if he can get some retribution, but
little micro spacing there from Hanskid between the blocking, but also getting in range of the tower. Because you saw Sumail was trying to get a trade there, and he almost got it on S4, even through the healing.
Carnage underway at Radiant's top tower.
Action early on. Did end up getting ran through, so that will get there just in time to get some more of the last hits. Very simple amongst. Starting it off though with 2 kills on top.
We obviously had a bit of a rougher start last game. Kind of similar here as well. Already a gap starting to widen.
Pops in.
Make a hedge.
Oh, dead.
That's him. That's 3 daggers. That is a lot of damage.
Okay. Yep, after the frustrations, not being able to find kills as okay up top as well. FNG able to find one.
Nah, it was huge. All that battling helping out Seb, obviously, right? Gets himself this immunity bonus, he can just check. And know that once he's gone for the swashbuckle, there's no way out.
Dropping Shredder, killing the missile, getting some nice little. I'll be not back. We haven't really talked about that much, but there is already being built up by the IO here, dire triangle.
Very nice. Later. Yeah. Only gets the 1, unfortunately. Not quite able to get the second. That's fine. Got the ancients. Still nice, right?
Here. Low down. Looking for a finish. Can they bring him down all the way, though? Well, Nico Baby gets the kill. 4-1 start. And down bottom, also looking for more. No tail in trouble. Oh, another one.
That's him as well. Nico Baby. They're answering back in game number 2, and S4 is just terrifying. With the gloves of haste now, and this bracer keeps on turn damage. And the problem with ET, of course, is that you don't really have a choice. You have to just keep throwing in the spirit and trading, because once you give up that fight, then they're just going to hit Sumail. And like his gold is not going to look like this, right? It's not going to be a 32 last hits like he is now. So even though it kind of looks like No Tail's feeding a little bit, it is important nonetheless. And he even gets another stack onto the small camp here, so he's boosting up his damage and
Precious bounty.
Scan now. Recognize there in the area. Topson was able to paint, so when he realizes that's happening. He does have a level 6, almost level 7 now to see if Topson can back and test for anything here as more damage thrown out up top. FNG gets towards a couple more punches. Blood right forces FNG to the right-hand side. Salva afterwards, down low. Sonic Wave not on the mark! Oh, but Seb's still going to go down. He hit onto Soxo, though, and Nico Baby chased down. Doesn't have quite enough mana or time.
How is he still alive?
Well, goes for the deny. Not quite going to be there. Limb again, making huge rotations in this one, and Thompson also up here, but not able to connect.
That's the flank by Soxo. Almost got Thompson a kill. That would have been unbelievable.
S4, down low. S4 gets the kill, though. Sumail wants to finish him off at a little bit more regen. It's not going to be enough. Hanskin backs out as well. Dude, it is a brawling game. Number 2.
He went for the combo on Nico Baby, but they threw the missile on the Thompson to make sure he wouldn't get the follow-up after. And Jose even throws out the tip to S4. Nice trade. All that for me.
8-2 in terms of the kills, but still, threat. Top net worth is Sumail.
No, it's happened again. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
Like, he's, sure, my support's feeding, but you know why he's feeding me? All right.
you're getting the kills. He's the one who's getting rich. Sumail's absolutely massive right now, and Nico Baby just kind of struggling. He's gone now to the mid lane to fill a bottle. That's not what your carry player wants to be doing.
Yeah, that doesn't feel great, does it? I mean, again, there's a nice chunk of change that's built up here with the ancient stacks eventually for this gyro. To be able to get there and finish him off, and if you're not careful, you lose a bad fight. Suddenly,
tower is under attack.
It's all they're thinking about that right now, right? Like Hanskin just planted there for so long to get those stacks. Nico Baby's going for the stats build, no rocket barrage or anything, so he just wants to hit stacks in a while. Meanwhile, No Tail is just hiding down bottom trying to combat S4. S4 does not have a Quelling Blade, so it's not super easy to catch where No Tail is right now. Does ping out exactly where he's.
He got the natural order debuff on him.
Yeah.
They know he's there, and Limp is gonna go find him. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Quick little jump in, slept.
Oh, he didn't STP either.
Giving him the tip. Yeah, there's no room there. We'd have painted models. A bit too big.
Up top as well, though. FNG for the blood right, not able to get it. Silence and done.
As long as we stay positive there.
Able to find one in exchange. Tops in Invis room. Is Limp able to be killed? Here has the cook. Avatar. Don't get the blink away! Barely able to escape from that. And S4-2 will get out. Wow, what a combo. I can't believe he was able to get out of there.
S4's turning it up. TI time, making the saves.
That's right.
Helping his ally out. Now, of course, that means Seb's a madman right now. Every time someone else is getting a low, but FNG is feeling safe enough to show under tower because there is no rupture at the moment.
We'll clear out the large camp for Go Baby, but haven't decided to take on those ancient.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he's not having a great time on this tiny.
Well, I think they're just doing it again.
Yeah, it's true.
Like this is what they want. This is the Thompson is I think lowered himself in terms of farm priority for this this series at the very least.
Well, and it's interesting too that you're starting to see like the differences in style. And is this 4 Protect 1 going to end up working? As Seb get rolled on a little bit. FNG missed there at the end. Avalanche toss. This is pretty bold of him. Takes off that corrosive haze and then the back away.
It's so interesting because I feel like, I mean, this has always been how they played, right? It's not that, but I just feel like it's been pushed to a further extreme.
Yes.
Like I feel like Thompson's usually like a little bit closer to the other two.
Relocate. Oh,
they couldn't do it.
Sumail.
Oh, he got it nice.
Yeah. Was able to get there in time and will be stomped, but then the relocation back. They don't get the kill. Nice deny comes out there.
My boy's the Bulls.
Dyer's top tower.
I know you love the Bulls.
I do love
big fans. Yeah. They'll get a couple kills this event, I'm sure. Thompson taking the top tower right now. We'll help him with catapult though. And it doesn't look like there's going to be a contest here from Alliance. We are on the item waiting train. So these are all the problems that you expect from the Earthshaker. Unfortunately, they also get bundled a little bit towards the slider as he needs to wait for that Blink Dagger. In this game, however, he does have the IO. So that is something where they can at least try and create some plays and opportunities utilizing the relocate, as well as just the general speed. These cookies.
Yeah, there's no way out of this one. Nico Baby just gets demolished. One more cookie afterwards.
He question marked as he walked into the Earth splitter.
Are you kidding?
Okay, to be fair,
yeah, he was gonna die no matter what.
No, to be fair, he did tip him in lane.
That's true.
He tipped him in lane, all right? That was a taunt to get bodied, true combo.
Dude, to be honest though, IG started all of this. There's some things going on. There's a little bit of saline flowing in the bloods. I don't have Peter here, but in spirit.
S4 gets a lot of space up top though. This kind of stuff you need.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, that's a ping.
Wait a minute. They know.
It's so dangerous when you just can't farm them with anyone else. Like,
oh god, this is dangerous.
Oh, dude, they're coming for
dude. This is to lose these. They're gonna lose the game. It feels like they know that they have to show up and fight this one.
Sumail's just like drooling.
He's so ready. No Tail gonna get caught. Is there another question mark coming out? Down low, S4 dead. Now Alliance trying to find themselves a little bit of a turnaround here. Away from the missile so quickly. It's getting barely able to back out and keep Nico Baby from dying, but will he end up dying himself? The right clicks come through. Thompson diving at the finish. The easy tag comes out. Seb just still running around like a madman. The only one left is Nico Baby, and look at your Ancients.
Thompson's getting that one. Nice. I've been so poor. Thank you. Now we can finally get over top of S4 on the net worth chart. Man, those are a target. In the tier 1 tower, and that's gonna make it a lot less safe for them to go there. And look at the circle from lines. FNG saying we need to secure our triangle right now. Like, that is our bank. That is our chance right now to try and get this gyrocopter somewhere relevant. We cannot lose that.
Well, and the thing that's interesting about G also is that they're just going into fight. Like, Sumail's not coming to take them. He's farming his own stuff and saying, we're gonna go and like just stop you from taking them and cause chaos while Sumail keeps farming. Like, that's what it feels like. They're not actually even like fully committed to taking them themselves. They're just stop Alliance from doing it.
And they've scanned too.
Yeah.
They know. Oh, no, he's coming. He's coming. He'll make his way over here.
I mean, even if he doesn't, like, this is all great, I think, for OG still.
Oh, good ward.
Nobody's doing anything.
Stops as well. Sees what they're doing. All right, they're going for it.
Now they're trying to take
kisses.
Be careful. Man, the big steal. How many come out? Oh, a couple there for Sumail, but they're trying to force the fight. FNG, he's getting rolled. Is it going to be enough? Down to a good chunk of damage on the from No-Tail. Does so much damage. Gives him the high five. Oh, let it be so and let it be said. OG is absolutely wrecking another huge. How much damage that was?
That was so nasty. Thompson tossed S4 up top into the Earth Splitter as that went off there too. That damage has got to be all Earth Splitter.
Oh,
that was 3 heroes just getting cracked in the middle of that thing, and not really something you look for as the level 1.
The dire structures cannot be hurt.
Oh, another round here as Alliance. They need to come up with answers. They didn't lose all the Ancients, but it feels real bad right now. As they'll get stomped yet again. No tail.
Such a similar situation the last game.
It is.
Like, they got this gold lead on OG, and now we have these big item timers that we sort of need right now. And that's going to be a BKB for S4. He's got the blink, right? He can farm his way there with kills to bring the rest of his team back into this game. And here's that replay. You can see Nico Baby, actually, he does all right. He gets a little bit of gold from this, but so many of them.
Devastating play as the roll came out, and then, of course, as you're talking
look
about
at that toss-up.
And just hits on everybody.
And it makes Seb so fast. Max HP percent minus stop for
tower was worth a damn.
Seeker.
It would still be smart as comes a
That's okay. Ended up getting brought down. Certainly not the end of the world.
He got relocated and stunned, and they right-clicked him, and he died. There's the recap, guys. I got it.
Goes down. Trouble, S4 backing away as well. Fine. So
I like this, the triple crown build. This is how you win 3 TIs, all right? So he's sending a message with his item build. The triple crown, Atos into Veil.
That's good.
That's good. That's genius. Seb's on a whole other level, all right?
This guy operates items now.
He says we've done taunts, we've done sprays. Has anyone done items? You guys drop your items? I'm just gonna buy them for Matt.
So good.
Dire's bottom tower
and all that with one eye.
How
does he do it?
I don't know. Man, the pirate life for me.
I've asked. Do you think we should just approach him with pirate terms if we see him?
No, I don't think he would like that.
I think he's laughing.
I think we should approach him. He's gonna kill us probably. Everybody that shows up.
You'll look like that. Yeah, they get Atos, they get silenced, and away they go.
12 to 14. And a 5,000 gold. Alliance, again, nothing's impossible. Teams make mistakes. It can happen. But right now, Sumail is 4,000 net worth ahead of the next highest in the game. And guess what? That's also his teammates. Got to do that.
Killing courtiers is fine, though.
S4.
Dire's bottom tower.
Again, this was the big timing that they were looking for last game. Was all those
Radiant tower is under attack.
Can OG put the screws in? They try and like close down the map a little bit. Yeah. They don't have the same that they did have last game. And like, or rather, they the early roach that they got last time.
Tower is under attack.
It's getting a little bit dicey here.
Yeah, there are definitely some issues once again with like the spell unity and everything though, like this idea of
Dire's
EKB, right? OG has some tools
wounds.
to just like potentially leave the fight, right? They don't just like rupture you and run away. Like they definitely have ideas about itemization in mind to their heroes.
5-man smoke. Forward has the kill here. Ah, yeah, they see him. And come out. Has the Atos connecting. Dead FNG. That's position 5.
Thompson's hunting.
Like rest of the line. And get out. Limp. Again, there's a relocate potential. They find the wrong hero, but now they're going to go into Roche. Oh, this is nice from OG if they
look
get
at that
this.
Solar Crest. There's so much minus armor. It's just gone.
4 there. So
I would hope not.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Axe observes carnage
Lurking
underway
nearby.
at Radiant's top tower.
relocate on top.
Yeah, with the obs being there, it looks very tempting. Sox is kind of big. I think Limp is wondering where the rest of OG is.
Right.
Doesn't want to risk it. Obviously, that's what happened last time, is that they were starting to make the comeback. They made a couple bad attempts on pickoffs that weren't really safe, and they lost both of them and kind of lost their momentum back into the game. Speaking of momentum, that's very good, gold-wise. More stacks back into our gyrocopter here on the side of Alliance. I feel good about that.
After that warm-up game, it feels like Limp is definitely on the right track this time. 5, 2, and 6 had a much better heading to falling for some kills. Potential here. Spots him, but they tail. Got vision on him. No tail. Tries to go for the stomp, but the BKB is out. Now see if they can bring down No Tail. Turnaround Sonic Wave. They kill off Zuxta. Roll through. FNG in some trouble. Tries to live. Constant keeping him alive. Has the relocate away in a second and gets him away from S4. So the Atos not going to connect.
Much like cordwood before axes.
Close, but he's going to be pressure onto this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, Honkin using the Holy Lock and charges though, just to actually get the save there when FG had to jump through with that rupture being on top.
Is under attack.
Not out of it. In the lap, you can see the efficiency of farming from Alliance. Brought it down to less than 1,000 gold, separating these two. But it is a tier 2 tower taken, and now the outpost.
Under attack.
And OG. The ones that are still in the driver's seat, as we have a pause.
Shame. Shame.
A shame from No Tail. Always a shame when a pause comes out.
Looks like we have a shard there as well for Sumail.
Does look like, for the moment, a pause. We'll have to see what ends up happening.
Do a actions. Us, and then we could do the.
Oh yeah.
If we want to get rid of the thing, or if we have like a wait screen, we get rid of the predictions on the side for everyone.
Gonna have our producer help us out here for a second.
That's
Wonderful.
well, okay. Sure. Yeah.
There's so much behind the stuff that's happening.
Go for it. It's fine. It's fine. One light's good.
Proper input. As we want to make sure predictions are good, we'll let you know.
This is TI after dark. All right, guys. We only have one of the 2 lights on. All right. Special look behind. I'm telling you guys, all this came to the right spot. Runs over here and puts the monitor back on top of the table. Go.
Best one
Lyrical.
possibly have.
Trying to remember as hard as he can what the console command is right now. Going through, he's just like, what is it?
It won't let me do it.
Won't let.
You have to have done it at the start of the game, otherwise it stays there forever. So
really,
I think we're gonna go back into the game.
Okay,
now.
we can go back into the game now. This was a pointless exercise where I made our producer work for nothing. Yes.
Oh man, what a time! What a time to be alive.
Just know I did it for you.
That's right. I personally think life.
I just wanted to see my face a little bit more. That's all.
That's true too.
I'm very vain. Why do you think I keep having so many children?
That vanity?
Yeah, I think so. That makes
The
but
world
Ray
could
doesn't.
use
Exactly. And how can I achieve that? I mean, it's not quite. It's only half of me. Like,
right.
yawn. But anyway.
We're going down a rabbit hole that we don't.
Okay, how about back into this beautiful game of Dota? Because this one's really tight. This is a very hyped game. And what do we have left? Right now, we have 3 minutes of an Aegis left on Sumail. They just claimed that top tower. That feels very good. What would you like to do, Ryan? 3 minutes of 8. Probably cement your vision and take the tier 2 mid would be a good goal, I would say, as OG. That sound about right? Make sure that your next Roche is going to be really easy. Play the top side of the map. Keep control of Roche. Those are good goals. I'll tell you. I'd like to see a gem. Because I think they're doing great, but the main problem, and the way you lose these games, is when the enemy gets some very good vision. And look what Alliance have done. This vision around the triangle is actually very nice from Alliance. We saw the attempts on the relocates, right? These are predicated off of having deep vision.
Yeah.
So you get a gem, you eliminate these opportunities that they try and go for with the IO plays.
Yes, the other where you go with like about forcing high ground, do you? That's going to be something of like how quickly all that good stuff. They're ready to get back into this. It says yes. Go again. The grudge continuing in. Difference between going 0-2 and going 1-1. Both teams, like going 0-2 means it's pretty freaking hard to get into the upper bracket. I feel live, obviously, but it's pretty unlikely. Likewise, if you go 2-0 at the starter groups,
feeling good. He's where you want to be. That's it. That's all you had to do.
Radiant's bottom
you know,
tower
that's
is under attack. Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be. That is for certain.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless right now. Like, if you can't get a good objective, forcing a bad fight is always a good goal in Aegis, right?
Oh, he did cancel it. Oh, he didn't have TP. Oh, he's in trouble. TP out, relocate. That was weird. He wanted to make sure that they got Nico out of there. So Hanskin will die. Looks like they also managed out.
The red mist
IO.
spreads.
Pay the price.
Middle tower.
Ends up being brought down in the end by the big bad Planks. Did you go banned a couple times?
Yes, versus OG. After these two games, 100%. Win or lose this game, it still looks crazy the way that they're playing it, right? Seems to be like the perfect carry right now. I love that he can clear the camps without needing to stack, but he can still farm stacks.
Yes.
So like you can see that he's utilizing this lob 50% by just like clearing the camp sometimes at the minute mark. But if a support's going by, they can still stack it up for you, and it's really good farm.
Dire's courier has been slain.
Rupture, KB trying to be out, and that's World Skate. Putting the screws right now to Alliance, closing out that. Now Alliance don't feel like they can fight, particularly with the Aegis almost.
Radiant's top tower is under
How
attack.
much extra damage can they get in on OG?
Dire's bottom tower
And
is
that's an
taking
interesting thought
many
too, is that now they
moves.
can actually see that, right? Like we know that they have the timing these days.
Face down in the Adsum's carnage
Healed up
underway.
after. He comes
Top
out.
tower.
Back away. Oh, Sumail almost able to connect there. Esport and then throw out the corrosive haze. Kind of lifted. Trying to get it towards that AC, but it's another tier 2 tower down. That's all of it. Across the map done.
That's goals.
Radiant's top tower
You can
is
be
under
completely
attack.
happy with this Aegis. Yeah, they have time. They have a full minute.
This is OG though. I don't know if they're ever completely from your base. That's one kill and
Don't look. Let's FNG deaths. I haven't looked.
Dire's middle
I'm
tower
gonna go
is
7.
not what it used to be.
All right, what do we got?
That is for
9.
certain.
all right. That's his lot in life right now. But look at this. OG just going up high ground. I mean, again, this is 30 seconds until Aegis is going to be reclaimed. Every little bit of action that they can in the meantime.
When we talk about the minus armor, look at the plus armor they're just throwing on top of them, right?
Yeah.
Even nice. I love the solar and medallion. It's so cheesy looking.
Max sheds a tear for Radiant's courier.
Valuable and got smarter in the game. It's what you need.
They got the Daedalus courier.
That's important.
That's awesome. All right. I guess he wasn't that act. Yeah. Well, it's not that far for Sumail, though, to be fair at this point. The speed at which he's farming.
Axel's
Very
carnage
hard for
underway
Alliance, but
at
you can
Radiant's top tower.
that there's some avenues here, ways that they can get back into it if they hands on Alliance. Nico Baby has the Aghanim Scepter done.
I think the shard on S4 is a really cool tool. Obviously, you're seeing he has to initiate on Sumail in some of these circumstances. And he's always going for the Corrosive Haze and then crushing. Because if he doesn't have his bash prep, that's kind of his only choice, right? So he doesn't want to just get away with invis or like have to worry about it after. And obviously, they need the damage at this point because he's so tanky. So you get the shard. You need ultimate on top of them right away.
Nice if we could see Alliance trying to play before. Like he's what 5,000 gold up right now.
They actually just scanned the dire triangle and it was green.
Okay.
But Alliance are in there right now, so this could go a little poorly for OG. So alone right now.
He is mega in there. Just
they're trying to relocate, but it's too slow.
And like that limp, he's gonna get Abba tossed and killed, and this was the fight that they had waited so long for. Not gonna happen for him. I mean, they're gonna relocate out of here. Don't even get the kill onto Soxa.
As long as we stay positive.
Oh man, that was just a little bit of miscommunications happening.
Limp just got slept.
Dyer's middle
He got slept into Avatar, he just died.
Oh man.
No BKB. That's the disaster mode right there.
Score was in and not in the place that he needed that fight. They just finished this Aghanim
Here's the
Scepter
thing, is they had that ward, right, in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah.
And they were all smoked. So good thing OG didn't buy that gem, and D or Alliance wouldn't have felt trying to make that play.
Oof.
Another reason I'm here.
10,000 gold. It's like these moments of this impatient of something that could end up happening. Finally a fight where it goes well for Alliance and then
Look at that.
just falls through their fingers.
Yeah, Aghanim's on Seb too.
They're getting all the items now.
He's had a fantastic game.
He really has.
You know, he's been extremely this game. Only recently has Thompson actually had a chance to like kind of make his own way back up there because Seb's sort of been like less involved on the farming side, not as present like in the lanes, whereas like Thompson gets up to the Echo Saber, now in full on Aghanims too. I love Tree Volley.
That was a dump, but regardless. Oh, we don't have S4 in it. It happened right there. Now Sumail comes out. Finds Limp. It feels like it's falling apart. Can they blow up Sumail? BKB run away. Tree Volley goes out immediately. They have to freaking GB out of there. Hans gets now seeing if they can find the kill on the IO. The missile is going to chase down out of there. They managed to get out on the IO at the last second, but just nothing going the way that it needs to be.
Dyer's middle barracks are under attack. Dyer's middle barracks have fallen.
Looking clean as can be.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Man,
attack.
he just stands so far back and lobbing this into the towers.
What an interesting spray to drop down there is, oh man. OG look for towers now, what, 15 seconds away from everybody being back alive on Alliance. It feels like they haven't even gotten the chance to take a fight. They know that there's no BKB available. Or Nico Baby just has to sit there and take it, relocate back. Limp gonna get Avatos, gets the blink away, but the towers are falling. OG throwing the Tree Volley into the fountain. Where's the answer? Alliance don't have it.
They want to keep fighting. They're smoking out. They see an attempt here.
Oh God, is it gonna work? I mean, they just blink away. Nowhere left to go.
1 second from BKB.
Oh, he just drops. No BKB available. Murphy's Law of Dota happening right now for Alliance and OG. Are they gonna be able to back out of there? Nico Baby trying to chase in. Can they take a good fight finally? Down low, tries to pull them out further. But Alliance, have they done enough? Can they do enough? The right clicks come through. Sumail blows him up. Nico Baby down low. They break the tether. It didn't work. Thompson is able to jump in and snag him. Oh, what a play coming from Thompson at the last second. As they chase in, looking for more. Going to find him. They only lose one in that Snapfire. The mass tips come out. Some salt in the veins earlier in the season.
That is for certain.
She ends one emphatically.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
There were some moments there where they were close in that team fight, but Thompson just any hope that they had at the end there. Big plays, and now the chase down continues. It kind of looks like a little bit of a beatdown at this point. They're still going to buy back on Nico Baby. Again, not going to give up. They have the heroes with some potential, of course, right? You know, you never know what can happen with a gyrocopter. You have the IO. Rapier Dota, perhaps, a little bit on here, but I'm a little surprised. that they're still playing this out. I'm not gonna lie.
There's not a 0 at the end of that number down there.
No, it could be a while until there's, for sure.
True.
But Alliance clearly saying we want to play to that. We're not going to give up yet. Even like they want to smoke here.
They head on in. Head back towards the Roche because in all that fight, I mean, so there is a Roche available.
Yeah, they're going.
Alliance. Breaks.
All right.
S4. Good crush. On the 2. And ruptured and in trouble. So he tries to back away. S4's dead again. He has been on struggle. And now the chase forward. Slept. Another round of the Earth Splitter comes through, trying to roll out, do what they can. FNG does one shot coming out from the clinks. Hits the roll on to Seb, but nothing else left in the tank. As it is just not worked Alliance's way in this game number 2. OG, last couple of minutes, it's just fallen off a cliff or risen up a mountain. OG turn their sights back. Ancient now, it's going to be a long day of Dota.
Yeah, they want to hurry it up.
Yeah, they're feeling ready.
Like you can't even imagine.
Ancient is getting ready to fall. Alliance still not willing. Want to give it one last go. Nico Baby runs in, Sonic Wave afterwards, dives to the right clicks. Nico Baby in trouble. He too will fall. And there's some cheating eventually in the end. As OG gonna end this one 2-0. Very, very solid performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Both games, a very clear strategy, and frankly, not necessarily a very... Right?